Everything's looking good. Look at that. We got the table, we got the players, we got the DM, we got Twitch. Everything's talking, everything's listening. What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. It's Friday, July 16th, 2021. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition tonight. We got all of our players. We got one player that's here. He's just had to do a reboot because you know how the porn sites hang up stuff. And, you got to reboot after that, or you get all this stuff popping up, and that's where he's at. He's rebooting. Is he in? He might be able to hear us in Discord, so that's going to be funny. So a little recap for you guys. Last session, you guys had started heading towards Nangalore, which is a little down south. Oh! I got a surprise for you guys too. Look, oh, it's not like a super surprise, but it was some work on my part. I transferred the pins and the travel path over to the new map that you guys got.
Thanks.
Nice. So you know you got a map with got names and stuff on it. You're like, well, we can go check out this shit. Let's go find out what's over here. Now, just to clarify, this map actually has some shaded areas on it, which signifies how heavy the undead is anticipated to be. You know, the 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 lighter brown, and then the heavier brown is more undead, more denser populations of undead. And then the lovely purple hexes I got on there, yeah, because I like purple. All right, so you guys are way down here on the river Orlong in your canoes heading south. You're heading down to Nangalore. You got a few days left to go to get there. Each of these squares does represent a day's travel. However, in the canoes, you guys can travel two squares instead of one. So that's kind of nice. You are going upstream, but for intensive purposes of making life easy, we're not going to calculate. Oh, you got to go slower, blah 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 blah. Because sometimes you guys got to get out of the canoes and carry them like down the bank, and you know the river could even be have a waterfall or something. You gotta like carry your canoes up to the next level or up a couple levels, or at some points you may even have to carry your canoes miles to until you get back onto the river. But in this instance, you guys were cruising down, and a T-Rex decided he wanted to have some lunch, and then decided that he wanted to mate with the female T-Rex he heard. But it really wasn't. It was a snack. It was a chicken nugget. And he tried to eat it. And he is currently chewing on said chicken nugget as we speak. Clar is grappled and restrained in the T-Rex's mouth. The T-Rex does have some vines and razor sharp thorns sticking him and flowers growing out of him from Smedley's entangling shot or something.
Ensnaring shot, yeah.
Ensnaring shot, yeah. So does that make him restrained or anything, or is it just going to do his ongoing pokey
Hold
damage?
on, I am looking it up. Ensnaring strike. He must succeed or be restrained until the spell ends.
Oh,
He
well,
gets another, let's see. On his action, he can use a strength check versus a spell DC to get free.
And was that restrained condition on there to apply?
I'm looking now. It was. Is it not applied?
I don't think so. No, there's just ongoing damage on him from something.
Yeah, that's the same thing. It also does ongoing damage.
Yeah, so Give him the.
There,
There you
now
go.
he's restrained.
Restrain now. Now at the top of the round, Elazar, you are in the canoe. You are 10 feet away from this T-Rex. Got an oar. Got an oar. Could probably hit it with the oar if you. Oh, I thought I stopped pretzel. We're not hearing you, Sven. Are you yakking? Not shooting very well.
All right, and I'm going to then
There he is.
try and brace the end of the crossbow on the bottom of the boat. Pull it back and reload.
Trying to get some steady. Smedley.
Okay.
You got your crossbow out.
I do. We have to save my chicken nugget buddy there. So let me shoot the T-Rex.
Yeah, he smells a little funkier than normal.
So you get him in the tail. His tail's like swapping around over there. Remember, it hit the canoe and took a big chunk out of it. Like water's kind of pouring in the top of the canoe every time you guys lean too deep.
All right. And I hit him twice. Yeah. Okay. Die thing, die.
Right?
But it's not
Clar.
dead.
Clar. You're like,
Color is shit, and he's gonna stab the T-Rex.
like in his mouth, you're gonna just start jabbing like the roof of his mouth or his tongue, or both.
Both. First one will
Both?
be up into his mouth, and then the second one will be in his tongue.
Well, does Clar even care that may cause a reaction for him to bite down hard?
He was looking. He was like doing a mental inventory if he had a like a rod or something like he could stick it in his mouth, but he doesn't.
A big toothpick. A
Yeah.
bone.
Movable rod.
I'm thinking
A
of like
movable
if you
rod,
ever
that
see-
would be pretty funny.
Yeah, like if you've ever seen Dragonheart, like that scene, that's what I was thinking of.
He's restrained, so you get an advantage, but the roof of his mouth is pretty tough. You're like, yeah.
I was trying to tell.
The tongue is a bit softer, and you can you give him a piercing. You could give him a what's the barrel tongue piercing thing called?
My tongue is numb. Double check. Yeah, that one will do this.
Yeah. Yep, you had advantage, and that gives you some sneak attack.
Yep.
He's sticking that down in there. Hey, what's up, Veneric? Thank you for the subscription.
And he's starting to sweat a little bit, and he says, "Shit!" like in a female's voice.
Shit. Juku.
So Juku is going to stay seated in his boat to try and not rock it any further, and he's going to upcast Guiding Bolt on this T-Rex.
Like in his eyeball.
Yeah, I'm going to try and nail him
Oh,
good.
that hits. So it nails him right in the side of the face. His eyes squint closed. And he swallows. Oh, I'm kidding. It's not his turn yet. He can't swallow yet.
Yum. I am going to cast Magic Missile at 2nd level. So I hate math. 4 bolts.
Yeah. Well,
Paige just giggles when the T-Rex falls into the water. I assume that's what it does.
Yeah, so the T-Rex, this guiding bolt hits it in the side of the head and it kicks its head over, and you see like this opening in the side of its face and like bits of its brain, and you just like launch your magic missiles and they go flying in and cause the jaws of this T-Rex to just shoot straight open. And this T-Rex gets all stiff, and Clar is on the top of this thing about 15 feet up in the air. How is he coming down? How is this? Is he riding it, or is he going to jump off and try to flap his little wings, or does he have like a?
Yeah, he's totally gonna try to do a hero's landing or superhero landing.
Like in like a cannonball, or like in the canoe, or
a cannonball.
A cannonball. All right, give me an acrobatics check, which I know you're pretty good at. And I don't know why your camera's not on stream, Engorgio. Maybe my link's not working right. Let's see the message of the day. I don't know. It looks like all the other ones. You clicked on the message of the day one, right? You're not using an old nothing, or
no?
And let me see what it looks like in. In the stream. Huh.
I'll exit out and try it again.
Well, now let me try to
Hey,
refresh
guys.
the stream.
I killed the T-Rex. Look at it. I did that.
Yeah.
You did.
She didn't have
But
to
it
use
still only counts as one.
Deadliest member of the party.
All right, it's gotten its 15 seconds of fame, and I'm sorry, you're just not going to have a camera. That's how it's going to work out. So you don't even have to be on in Ninja if you don't want.
No, you should stay so we can see your face.
And you can see his eyeballs.
Boo.
So dead T-Rex falls over in the water, curse splash, and Clar does a little like flip out of his mouth and does a cannonball right here, kabloosh, and gets all three of you guys wet. That's in the canoe there.
Yeah.
Just a little splash, you know. But
Juku
this
doesn't-
water is full of leeches. Throat leeches, to be precise. So there's a chance that you guys, could get throat leeches. We'll roll that when you guys take a rest tonight to see if you guys got throat leeches.
Yeah, I remember throat leeches.
Yummy. They only eat stuff that's in your throat. That's it.
Is any part of the T-Rex's body like above the surface of the water?
Yeah, it's only like 6 foot deep, so I mean it kind of like moved a little when the stream caught it, maybe to, but it doesn't even slide.
Ah,
Clar, cut me off a tree.
okay. And you will do so.
Anybody else want T-Rex steaks?
I want like a tooth or a scale or like something.
I want the tongue.
Claw?
Yeah, I think I'd like I'd like a tooth as well. Try digging one out.
He'll start trying to dig some out.
Did you say dig some out? Out?
Oot, yeah.
Canadian?
Out?
What?
I work with a lot of Canadians down here. It happens.
What is digging teeth out of a T-Rex skill? It sounds wonderful. You
Survival?
got some teeth.
Survival.
Nature, medicine, your choice.
Yeah, but
DM.
he's gonna keep trying until he gets a tooth. So I mean, what's the difference? Eventually, you guys spend
Probably.
enough time. You guys
They probably die.
Out your
You get one with a cavity already in it, so you can make a necklace out of it. Do dinosaurs get cavities? I don't know.
Maybe. Do
Maybe.
dinosaurs eat sugar?
I know, right? Just slurping on Coca-Cola. So yeah, y'all get some T-Rex teeth. You guys are like, do you like pose for like pictures? Like,
Yeah, we'll
somebody
take a
need to
selfie.
sketch a moment on top of the T-Rex, with a spear. You're like, oh.
I'll draw it if somebody wants it.
Yes.
Let's get Clar out of the
Oh,
water before he gets sucked
beautimous.
dry.
I like, look, I don't even have to fix the cam. My player fixed the cam. Nice.
That's what happens when you have to fuck with Ninja a lot.
Well, that's kind of why I left the coding on the link too.
Yeah. Because
I'm like,
I was looking at everyone else's, and everyone else's lowercase. It's like, and mine's uppercase. I'm going to try that.
well, I'm gonna fix that shit right now. Then I could throw away this little piece of paper I made to fix it.
Yes.
Message of the day: Ninja cameras. Gorgio should be lowercase. E. Done. 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 All right. What do you guys? You guys get some stuff and you get on your canoes and you keep going.
Yep.
Yeah, because it was like midday or something when this T-Rex decided he wanted some lunch. But how much did you guys like gather up some T-Rex meat and like
T-Rex
have a
burgers.
Yes.
nice little
Yes.
feast over the next evening and so
We'll
forth?
take a drumstick.
And Chloe will eat his rare.
I just wanted a tooth
Upper leg drumstick or a lower leg drumstick?
or claw.
The upper legs are the wings.
Yeah, if you want a tooth, you can just make an item for a tooth. I doubt there is a tooth in the
Yeah, it's fine.
items
Well,
book.
Pea
There might be.
purposes.
152 hit points on that T-Rex, by the way, guys. And that was not even the end of round 2.
I killed it though.
It's one of those, if he gets the initiative on you, somebody's dead, and then he dies. It's one of those kind of fights. Because if he had another round, probably, of chewing.
Yeah.
of
Luckily,
chewing.
he could only attack me once.
Yeah, he'd have to tail slap them. I'm not sure why. I'm messing with this just to see initiatives. Why initiative is stuck on... Alright, so when it got back to the initiative...
All right, it did change my roll that time.
I'm just checking something. Yeah, so... If it gets hung up, once it goes back to the character's initiative, it drops it off. So at least it's fixable to that extent. But I'm going to take you guys out of combat. Dear. I'm also going to give you guys one of these things. Long rest. Because
I like it.
You guys don't have an encounter for a while, actually. You guys do enjoy some steaks. And, we wanted to see if you guys can get leeches. Let's see, where is... Diseases, I think, is where it's listed. Throat leeches, here we go, right here.
Otherwise known as swamp crabs.
Minuscule parasites known as throat leeches infect the water in Chult's forests, swamps, and rivers. Any giant or humanoid that swallows tainted water must succeed on a DC 12 Constitution saving throw, or be infested with throat leeches. Well, I don't think you guys actually like swallowed the water though, right? I mean, let's say if you fell unconscious in the water, you would probably swallow some water. Or if you like filled up your freaking canteen and drank it, yeah. So I don't think you actually had enough on you to make the roll. I don't think so. So no problem there. So you guys continue traveling. I'm gonna take this map from you guys because you don't need it anymore. And you're gonna get the big map again. The new big map. So you guys make your way all the way down for the next 2 days. It's actually the late in the afternoon on the second day. So you guys would get also another long rest, and I don't know how you guys were on hit dice or all that, so it's always safe just to push another long rest. Just in case. You guys also have noticed for the past couple of days, Azaka has been up in the foreground. You can see her every now and then on the bank or up on a tree up ahead of you guys. You remember Azaka, the guy?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Wait, you see Azaka?
Good call.
You see anything?
She's like, it's all clear still. She's like, the river is not hostile currently.
That's good. Is there like a signal you're gonna give us when you do see something?
It will sound like a giant cat growling in the middle of the night.
Okay. And how will we know that it's you and not a real animal?
You'll know.
Uh,
Your bones will
okay. All right. Good talking to you.
know. She does not want to get in the canoes. That's why she's not. She's like, no, I'll walk.
I don't blame her. Paige is also deathly
But
afraid
somehow
of water.
she's staying ahead of you guys. And you
'Cause
guys are in
she's a
canoes that move
badass.
2 squares. So you don't know how she's doing it.
Magic.
She's magical. She's magical. Well, you guys, she signals for you guys to take a tributary off of the main river, and you can tell the tributary is kind of a little overgrown in places and is not very well traveled. 199. Thank you. And you guys got to travel, a good half mile down this tributary or so, and you come across a button I'm looking for. Here it is.
A
Come
button.
across a thank you. I'm gonna put you guys on a map, and I'm gonna push you a map. Oh wait, let me get you in the canoes. Who's in the? I guess it doesn't matter, but I think Smedley and Paige and same canoe rides. All right, so something like this. So
Look at the pretty gators.
A fantastic edifice rises up out of the jungle, a hanging garden of exotic beauty. Water streams down the steps between two massive elephant carvings. Beyond them, a broad, flooded avenue runs arrow straight for more than 100 feet before ending at a carving, like a statue, like a carving of a Tyrannosaurus face. So, like, that's when you guys unlock your tokens a little, and go ahead and open up the map across the front here. You know, move your token. Just don't go up the steps yet. Just don't go up here yet. So if you want to open up the line of sight and check that out, and then you can see down this. This is that long avenue that's got water pouring out of that T-Rex's mouth way down towards the end. Water pours out the jaws. And on each side there are archways, 3 archways on each side of this lower section, just so you can visualize the... What's up? Thank you, Gorgio, for gifting us up. Thank you, sir.
I'm trying to get to the factory.
This area right here is like a 5-foot rise to the next area. And the green up here that you guys might be able to see a little bit is about 15 feet from where you guys are at down in the boats. But there's like huge trees that have grown up, and you know, there's a whole canopy. It's a huge garden, like a a tiered kind of garden that you would see in Babylon. You know, the hanging gardens of, that's kind of what this looks like, a hanging garden. At one time, it's pretty dilapidated now, but towards the back here, this building, it's a the archways that run down the avenue are in various stages of collapse, as are the tunnels that are up underneath of them. Beautifully carved, larger-than-life stone faces are mounted between the arches. So down here you can see the stone faces on each side. You guys are seeing my arrow, right? I'm pointing and you guys can see up that way. Yeah. So there's some stone faces, down through there. There's a wild profusion of plants grows on the upper terraces, and multicolored parrots and canaries flit and sing among them. To the north, which is north on the map, which is the top of the map. Somebody drew the map properly, thank you. To the north, a dilapidated brick dome rises above the Tyrannosaurus's head. The water spout, the Tyrannosaurus, there's a huge dome that rises. It's made out of like colored brick, like, and the brick's dilapidated. There's holes in it, and then on either side, on the left and right, like, you can see sticking up through the tree lines. Whoa! Holy Batman and Gorgio! That scared the crap out of me. 1,000 biddies. Nice. Just took the hype train to a whole new level, huh?
I got my Twitch payout today.
Wow.
Yeah, that.
This is pretty much what I spend my
also
Twitch payouts on as well.
Thank you. Where was I talking? Oh, there's 2. How would I describe these? They're dome-shaped on either side of the complex. There's one over here where my red arrow's pointing, and then another one, the opposite side where They're like smaller bell-shaped domes. Then they're up on the highest like terrace on those. There's like some kind of structures over there. The whole place is overgrown and such, but you suspect that this is Nangalore. This is where you're. This is what you're looking for.
What the call?
What's that?
We came here for the flower, right?
Right, to fly.
Yeah, you guys have a quest. I'm gonna.
Like for the dancing.
Where do you want to put
thing?
your canoes? You want to just tie them up over here somewhere? There are alligators, like big crocodiles, but as long as you guys, kind of don't mess with them, they kind of are skittish of you. You think if you actually got in the water, they might want some lunch, but sound like a plan, or what? I'm dragging the canoes around, so.
Yep.
There, how's that?
So that's like a waterfall there.
It's only, yeah, it's like steps, though. You can see underneath of it, there's steps. Yeah, you
So
can.
the water isn't very deep.
No, the water's that's running down the steps is not even a foot deep, at its deepest. So, and it's not really flowing very heavily either. It's just like pouring. It's
water? Not
say again.
Tyrannosaurus drool. Said, are we sure it's water and not Tyrannosaurus drool coming out of?
Could be
T-Rex
saliva.
pee.
Not
Yeah,
100%.
Could be saliva. Okay, so as you're moving up, why can't I hover over a token and see a name anymore? What the hell?
I can.
It's my fault. I had a layer turned on. I was messing with the canoes. You gotta go back to play. You gotta hit the play button. Elazar, as you get up a little closer there, you can see that the face that's carved there is a visage staring across the avenue between the walkways. Portrays a regal woman whose expression changes slightly with each visage. Inscribed above each faces are some phrases in Old Omuin. Old Omuin. Old Omuin. Can you say that 10 times real fast? Old Omuin.
I hate
Older
myself.
man, older man, older man.
I didn't. Hang on, let me see if I can cast this as a ritual. Ooh, I can. Hey, you guys. Can I take 10 minutes and I will cast Comprehend Languages?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm gonna find like a rock I can sit on that feels kind of sturdy enough, I guess. So I can
Crouch
spend.
down in the water if you want to sit on my shell.
Paige doesn't really feel comfortable doing that.
She kind of looks at your tattoos, like.
Inscribings. Carvings.
It's
How
not
tall are
you,
the walls?
it's me.
The walls, they're like 6 feet that are next to you, but this is like a opening that runs in, but this one has collapsed. The roof and a lot of the debris that's scattered about, you think is the roof. Wow, comprehend language is a pretty noisy thing for a ritual, right?
Sorry, I didn't know. But yeah, anyways, it takes her 10 minutes, so she's like flipping pages in her book and muttering words and casting an incantation ritual style because I have to read it out of my book to do so. But can I read the Omuan script now?
I'm gonna give the rest of the party like 10 minutes to kind of figure out what they want to do. Anybody
Sure.
We're gonna just wait, or does anyone
I'm
want to
going
wander
to-
off on their own and explore?
Oh,
Nope.
well,
I
I
just
went
want
up
to
to the
grab
top
the
one.
top of that wall and pull myself up and look over it. If it's only 6 feet.
Up here?
Yep.
That?
Ooh, I don't want to go over the wall. I just want to look over the wall.
Well, I gotta put your token up there, but
Okay.
you're kind of chinned up. You're kind of like, maybe you got like your arms, your waist kind of leaning over a little, and you're looking around. So you can see a big tree, but a little further up there, you can see some that dome thing that's sticking up has a bunch of spider webs around it, and the spider webs are up in the trees and spread around the area.
Okay.
Big,
About
huge, thick, juicy spider webs.
spiders, folks. Spiders that way.
tastes like chicken.
Spider bugs.
I thought they taste
spider
like
bugs.
crab.
Chicken.
So are these?
I'm going to the northern passage and looking east. I mean west.
I'm keeping an eye on that west wall. Spiders could come right over it.
Are these archways to be entered, or
Yeah, you can go inside all of them. I mean, some of them have like rubble and stuff like choking them, but did they do a good job on the? I don't have your. Let me turn on some of your player views and see what you guys see.
Yeah, they do, because when you go
Ah.
under the arch, you immediately see what's on the other side. It's pretty cool.
Is the where the T-Rex statue is? Is that deep water?
Is that what? Deep water?
Yeah, like if I started walking up there, would I start?
No,
sinking?
the water, it doesn't really. It might be a little bit deeper there, but you know, a foot and a half maybe. You know, so it's not. It's the water's not deep at all. This doesn't look like it was. You know, always to have water in it. You know.
Can I stick inside the water and open my eyes and see if I see anything?
You're gonna move up to the foot and a half deep water. Spread your legs, bend over, and stick your face in the water like an ostrich and look around.
Yes. He's not smart.
You see your feet.
eyeball?
Some rocks. And then you fart.
So is the passageway to the west, is that passable at all with this rubble?
You could probably climb, or you know, move some rocks and climb through there if you want. Might take you a little while, maybe 10 minutes. Oh, I see. Elazar's like pulling up and looking up on the corners and stuff.
Is this a big tree or has it been cut down?
Now the trees represent just the trunk, but no, it has not been cut down. It goes all the way high, and it's a huge canopy covering the whole complex. Jungle trees, you know, 200-foot tall trees. With the roots above a lot of roots above the ground like that too. Huge roots.
Are these? Hey, Clara, are you able to climb these things? You want to go up there and take a look around, see what you can see of this city?
Okay. And send in the chicken, and then he'll try to climb.
Which tree does Clara want to climb up by himself?
This big one right next to us.
Yeah.
I'll have my crossbow out, watching us shoot him if I need to.
Oh, shoot me, thank you.
So does Clara have a climb speed of climb speed? or is he just a normal using my strength to climb up a tree
Yeah.
roll?
I think it's just your strength. I don't think he has.
Birds live in
it's
trees. They're
athletics.
notoriously good for climbing in trees.
He's technically a wannabe bird because he can't fly. So
Well, ostriches are birds and they can't fly.
this the DC to
Penguins
climb
are-
the middle of this tree is going to be a 15. To climb up the edges of the tree, the lower section, to get to like a couple of the lower branches, I'm only going to make it a 10. But from the couple of the lower branches, the tree just shoots straight up. There's not really any branches for like 80 feet, and then the canopy starts, you know? So it's like a sheer climb up a tree, you know? No branches.
Its beak is very sharp. You use it like a woodpecker and work its
Yeah.
way up. Tink. Tink.
What roll did you want?
Well, how high do you want to climb? Remember, the trees are
These are-
200 feet tall.
He's gonna try to. Oh shit! He's gonna try to climb like 30 or to like the lower branches.
All right,
first.
so DC 10, athletics. If you fail by 5 or more, you fall. All right. So, what's your movement speed? You can move half?
Yeah, so 30, so 15.
Well, no, 30, because you can dash. You can dash.
Sure.
So you climb up, you know, not like super nimbly or nothing, but, you know, you successfully climb up 30 feet. So that puts you up high enough to look around and really screw up all of the, you know, line of sight and the lighting and everything on the whole map. But you can see more. I wish I could just show the map to one person. Oh, you know what? I think I prepared for this. If I prepared for this, I'll be surprised. Let me check my images here for a second. I did. Oh no, wait. Where's maybe I didn't. Maybe it's in the assets and I just need to drag it over. Images, campaign. Dang. Yeah. So, Clar, when you climb up, you're like in this tree here.
Oh, there we go. Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay.
But you can't see inside of this inside of those structures. You know what I mean?
Right. But I can tell it.
This one has a brick dome over. I mean, all three of them are dome shaped. But the ones in the back look like more like a not a pagoda, but what's the Indian one? The stupa that's round and dome shaped. I think I
A yurt?
actually got a picture of that too. Back here. Yeah. Like these on the left here, Clar.
Nice.
These.
That's what the buildings in the back look like.
Yeah, and the one in the middle kind of looks like that, but it's not rounded. You know, it's kind of Olympic pool size shaped or whatever. You know.
Okay.
And the
then,
one on the left over here is pretty dilapidated. But 30 feet up, what's your line of sight over there? Yeah, you can make the edge of this one out to the right too. It's in a lot better shape.
And does it look like anyone or anything is because you said this is kind of like all like deserted and branchy
Did you see like
trees.
somebody's built a fort or something in here? Or you're looking for civilization?
Yeah, like someone's living around here, like making it a home or something like that.
Nothing that you can immediately see. Give me a perception check. Let's see if you can make any you like gnats fly into your eye. You're like, yeah. So, what do you? How does Clar How does he talk to the party? What is he describing stuff or?
So
I mean, he's like, caca.
first he wants to get back down. Do you want to roll for getting back down?
Sure.
Oh, and fall.
TC's 10. If you fail by 5 or more, you fall. Do you fall immediately? I don't know. Let's see what percentage of the climb that you just rolled do you fall at. I'll be nice. I'll roll percentiles. So you're going to take 2d6 falling damage.
Okay.
So you take 7 points as you slip off the branch. You try to use your beak to hold on, like Elazar suggested, but it totally fails, and you just like fall like onto your back, like poof, into the bushes.
Ow. All right. So he's going to.
Is there any edible plants that eat people over here where you're at? Let me see. Nope.
All right, good job there, Clar. Saw you climbing up that tree. Good. Thought you were our friend Clyde there for a minute. So go ahead and lead us. Show us where to go. We'll follow you.
And then he's kind of scratch his head, and then hold up 3, like his hand, and make 3.
Does he have 3 fingers? Just checking. Just checking.
I think they do.
He's got one big one in the middle.
Yeah.
Could be like.
So like Robbins do, like his claw, like try to make it be 3.
Actually, most raptor species of birds have 3 fingers and a thumb. So, like falcons and eagles. I don't know what kind of Aarakocra you are, though.
He is a kenku.
He's a
I am a
kenku.
kenku.
Oh, he's a kenku. I knew that. Well, aren't they based on ravens?
They have hands.
Yeah,
They have hands.
they're kind of ravenish or blackbirdy or.
They'd have 3 in the front and 1 in like the polar opposite.
Remember the
thumb.
crows from the old cartoons that used to sit up on the power line and talk to each other? What was their names?
Oh, and Dumbo, and then others.
Yeah, those are the ones from Dumbo.
Like Sam and something. I don't remember their names.
I want to look it up.
Jungle Book had vultures. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do?
Don't start that again.
Before everybody leaves me, can I read the script yet?
Yeah, let's read the script. Let's read the
Wait.
script. Hold on.
Hang on. Buzzy, Flaps, Ziggy, and Dizzy. That's their names.
Ziggy and Dizzy?
And Buzzy and Flaps.
Oh, there was more than. There's
4.
more. So which one are you reading first? There's 4 of them.
Okay, can you remind me, where are they again?
They are, if you zoom in a little, there's one right here.
Oh, like the little faces.
And there's another one right there. Yeah, they're faces. And above the faces is written in Old Umuan.
Okay, I'll read this one first.
To get the message in sequence, it should be read from south end of the concourse to the spout.
Well, I wouldn't know that.
Who cares? Yeah, you're
I'll read
gonna
this
figure it
one
out
first,
because we're not going through all that. You're gonna take. You guys are gonna spend like 20 minutes here. Face number 1, the lower west one, has a bemused expression. The message above it reads, This garden is dedicated to Zalcor, Queen of Omu and Jewel of Chult. The one upper west one has a condescending expression. The message above it reads, "Worshipped by her people and by Thurtera, who loves betrayed her." And the word loves has been chipped away, and the word betrayed is scratched into the stone above it. So, you know.
Okay.
And then the upper east one has a stern expression. In this, the 10th year of her reign, may she govern forever in splendor. And the last one has a serene expression, like, I don't know. And may the gods themselves marvel at this humble reflection of her beauty.
Okay.
Are you
So,
describing all this to the party, or
yeah, I'm probably Paige would
are you
be
just
reading
writing
it
it in
out
your
loud.
notebook?
Yeah, so she was probably writing it, but also reading it like out loud and like formulating thoughts as she read it. You know, like talking to herself, I guess. She's like that. Um, seems this garden was built for a queen in the 10th year of her reign. Something happened though. Seems like it. Yeah, that's what
In
I would tell everybody.
all my studies of Chult, have I heard of this queen? What was her name?
Zalcor?
Zalcor?
Queen Zalcor. Give me a big fat juicy history roll.
Do you want it in the tower or just out?
Oh no, let's see how poorly you do. See,
I do poorly.
you're like,
Never heard of her.
you're like, there might have been a queen of Omu, but that was a long time ago. I mean, like a long time ago. Because Omu is where, you know, the
Yep.
tomb is at, and the whole. How long is that? 700 years, I think, until how long Omu's been destroyed.
So
Do
I'll
I
turn to.
know?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna ask. Do I know any of Queen Zalcor or Taya? Does Paige know anything about them?
Give me a history roll. Let's see if Paige in her studies at Candle Keep have.
I want to try a history roll on that as well, being from Chult. Maybe heard
That makes sense.
story. Nope.
A 14's what we got to work with. Let me see. What was I looking for? Oh, this button right here.
I may have heard of her, but I don't remember much. I don't really much for
Paige is probably
history.
like, it's on the tip of my tongue. Maybe I know something, a little bit.
You
Cursory
remember,
knowledge.
Paige? You remember a little bit that the place used to be called Kanajin, which translates to Hanging Garden of Dreams. So, and just for noting purpose, since I know you love notes, I'm
I do.
gonna copy
I
C
am taking notes.
and copy V for you there,
Thank you.
because my pronunciations are horrible, horrible.
No worries.
But yeah, you think that this place was probably not like a palace place. It was probably more like, a vacation spot, or, a contemplation place or something.
Okay.
Because it's not even near Omu. I mean, you don't think it's near Omu. Your character's not
Right.
familiar where Omu is at, but this is not Omu, you know.
Right.
And let's see, Elazar, are you from Chult? Yeah, you're from Chult. You might have heard.
Yes, I am.
You might have heard that there was a queen that was rumored to have been turned into a Medusa somewhere in the jungle, and you think this might be that place? Kind of what the flaming fists might know of it, you know. That would be, don't go there and loot because there could be a Medusa, you know, that kind of.
I thought this queen was the one that turned people to stone, wasn't she? I don't see any indication of that on these pictures, though. Maybe that's why she doesn't have any hair.
We haven't seen any realistic looking statues, have we?
No, nothing. I mean,
Clara, did
like
you see anything when you were up there?
the T-Rex face looks pretty kind of realistic.
Claw roll not yes.
I mean, you guys haven't got close enough to examine the T-Rex mouth way up on the side of the buildings, pouring water out, but.
Yeah, Claw roll look at Eleazar and will nod yes.
All right, well, Eleazar says he saw some, so why don't you take us there? Show us where those are.
He'll kind of scratch his head.
Does Smedley have dark vision?
No. Is it dark up there?
Well, it's dark, you know, kind of, sort of in here.
Okay, then I
tunnels.
will cast dark vision on myself.
Well,
Does
I
anybody
mean,
else?
it's only dark, you know, a little bit in this area. I don't think you need dark vision. I don't even think you need to waste a spell on dark vision yet.
Okay. If it gets dark
I mean, you
enough, I
could
will
use a
do that.
mirror and shine in there or something, but it's not dark enough yet. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just you need to shine some light in there to see that there's a set of stairs in the back of that tunnel. And a little
stairs here.
There's a little building there.
Lighting a torch, but now that they said Medusa, I'm not sure or queen who turns people to stone, I'm not sure I want to be holding the light source.
That's why I said a mirror. I was making it nice on you. Put it in your
Yeah.
pocket.
See if I have a mirror. I might. I do. I will reach into my robe of useful items and pull off a steel mirror.
Nice.
I'll also pull out my steel mirror from my backpack.
Yeah, so I give you with a mirror what you guys can, you know, see up to 30 feet dimly, you know. You shine it in there, kind of spot around. Elazar, where are you at that you're using it? Oh, that one?
I'm just getting it out and holding it,
oh.
ready to go in my offhand.
So, Smedley, when you look to the to the west, you can see that the roof has collapsed and there's some light coming in. But beyond that, you see a set of stairs that lead up to what you think might be doors.
On the right side?
Over here. Click on what you guys see. See, doesn't give it any justice. Yeah, Juku's got the kind of the right idea. You guys gotta. Let me turn off. Is that showing as terrain? That's why. Let me open that terrain there. Is that better? Can you guys see better now when you look in there? The dotted line represents underneath, and the green and stuff is above. So if you guys go through the tunnel, it opens. It comes up the stairs, and these doors open up onto the upper level.
We have 2 pair of stairs down here, but only one of them has a door on them.
Did they go up or down?
These all go down, and the door has to go down too. Whatever's behind the door.
Well, I kind of assumed you guys came up and pushed open those doors to get up to the landing. You know what I mean, Vern? You kind of came.
Ah, I see those other stairs come up to where we are from the
Yeah.
other collapsed tunnels. I see now. Okay.
Yeah, so you're up another 10 feet up here. And then this area is up a little higher. But you can kind of see that, the spider webs all over here. Let's see. It's a bell-shaped dome of sculpted stone rises from the end of the walkway. The dome is beginning to crumble with age.
Wait a minute. We're here looking for a flower, right? Isn't there a garden over on the other side? Perhaps we should look there before going inside.
Where is the inside part, I guess?
I think
This
these stairs
big
going
building
down
over
go
here
inside.
is a building over here.
Oh, I was not zoomed out enough. I didn't see a building.
Caller will point that way when she says that.
Yeah, I get. Maybe I just can't see it past the vision.
But do we want to investigate this door? We're here.
Let's just do that. I want to show you guys this. I'll show you guys this. Can you guys see all the line of sight?
All I see is
Oh,
very little.
If you
Oh, on the
glance,
stream?
if you glance
Yeah.
at this, if you got the stream open, look at the line of sight on this map.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Someone went
Jeez.
overboard.
I mean,
Spoilers.
right? That's a lot of line of sight to draw on one map. So
Just
I'm gonna turn it off so you guys can kind of see what's going on here. All right, so the green areas are landing. The tan area, it is off, right? You guys can see
Yeah.
the whole map, right? Yeah.
Okay, now I
So
get an
the
idea.
entrance to this area is over here that you guys can make out. This is some kind of statue with a dome, another dome on it. And then there's another building in the back that looks like... let me show that image to you guys. This right here. That's what those back buildings look like. The big one in the middle looks like that too. It's domed, but it's more squarish, and there's bricks missing. The left back one's in pretty bad shape, but the far right one, let me show you all the way over to the right. This one over here is intact. You guys can't see inside of any of these buildings, so don't assume your characters can. So, that's the general layout, and then turning line of sight back on, you guys can now understand that those buildings you can't see in.
Okay, so the tunnel from the mainstream, that's what these stairs lead to. That's what we came up to get up here.
Or you climbed up the side, yeah, however you guys got up there, that's fine. There's a bunch of spider webs over here that if you guys monkey around over there too long, you're probably gonna attract some attention. And there looks like some big vegetation guy over here.
So with my 13 passive nature, would I understand that orchids grow on other plants, like trees and stuff?
They could. Yeah, you understand that they could. Absolutely.
So while we're here, I'm going to be searching this tree, the base of this tree, for any signs of orchids.
I'm looking for orchids. I do say that you probably do not find any orchids around that tree.
Do we want to check the other side?
I think we should.
There doesn't look like a way into the building from here.
Well, we've climbed the tree. You guys still haven't asked him what he saw. We've been trying to get him to lead us. And he keeps trying to tell us something.
What kind of orchid are we looking for again?
A black one. It's in the
black
quest
one.
notes, I think.
That's right. Thank you.
Find a black orchid, yeah. Which is none of you guys have ever seen one.
Awesome. Looking for a flower we've never seen.
We've seen orchids before, right?
Yeah,
It's
I
fairly
mean,
common
for
kind
those
of
characters
flower.
that care about orchids, then probably you might have heard of one, you know. For those that are interested in nature and stuff, definitely heard of an orchid.
I mean, it's a pretty unusual looking flower.
Is this one of those get rid of you quests, like a left-handed screwdriver? Go find the black orchid.
The black orchid.
Don't come back till you do.
Gorvidal, I see the subscription for 7 months. Thank you, sir. A little while ago, but my brain's slow. So
So
you
now
guys
that
feel
most of us are here,
safe
we'll
by this tree?
ask Clara again. What'd you see? So, and where do you want us to go? Where's the most interesting place for us to go?
So he'll hold up 3 fingers.
3 places.
And we'll nod, and then we'll point. We'll try to like mimic, like put up mimic a house, like put like a little teepee over his head. Yeah, like that, like Drake's doing.
Okay, a
And
house, temple, building.
yeah, and then we'll do a thumbs up, and then we'll like mime like I will say large, and then we'll point at the one with the T-Rex on it.
The big one.
Yeah, the big one, like the one.
The large one.
Yeah. The large one, yeah, the one in the middle. And then we'll say that way, and then we'll point to his east.
All right, that sounds like a plan. Let's go.
And then we'll walk off.
So are you guys going in that tunnel? Is that what you guys are doing there?
We'll walk around the tree first, and then we'll go in and tunnel.
So what do you climb up to that tier on the outside of the wall to get to that level? See, the tunnels go underneath, and then there's stairs that lead up to this level.
Yeah. So
But if you climb up the wall here, then you don't even need to go down the tunnel.
The extent wall is what, 6 feet, right?
Yeah. Each tier is like 5 feet high, basically. But
I'm gonna take the tunnel.
I went through the tunnel.
you're gonna take the tunnel. Now these stairs actually lead up to the top of this wall here.
Yeah. So Clower's going to say nope, and then we'll go this way.
Oh, to the top of the wall. So when you guys look over the top of the wall, you can see like an enclosed garden. This area here. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
And there's stairs that lead down to it over there. The plants in this enclosed garden are like nothing you've ever seen. Their shapes are fantastic, and their colors are like gems sparkling in the sun. Enclosed by 5-foot high walls, this strangely beautiful garden imparts a sense of serenity. There's a message that's been deeply scratched into the wall.
Can I read it from here?
For the record, I'm just gonna walk around these 2 trees and then head up the steps.
There's like plants and stuff in the way. You gotta like move them out of the way to read it.
Okay, I will try like my best not to like trample the plants and squash things and ruin things. But I would like to try to get a closer look at the message.
And who else said something? Sven, was that you? I think.
Eleazar just gonna circle both these trees. Keep an eye on a big giant plant critter just to check and make sure these 2 northern trees don't have any orchids growing on them. And I'm gonna go up to the garden.
Okay. The writing is like back here, like right here, and you like climb down in there a page, and you're moving through there, and you kind of move some, you just pull some plants back gently, and you're looking, and give me a Constitution saving throw.
That's great. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Nice. So you're like, chew. Like some pollen and stuff gets in your nose, and
Oh,
it
now my
starts to
character has
itch, and
allergies.
it
Great.
kind of burns a little, but it doesn't. That's about it. You don't feel too affected, and you're able to read this writing. It says, "Without dreams, eternity is unbearable."
Okay.
No orchids in there.
Is it on a poster board with like an eagle flying over?
None of these plants you recognize. They don't look like orchids. They don't look like roses. They don't look like daisies. They're just totally.
Puppies.
I I'm curious. What do any of these flowers look metallic?
One of them looks a little bit like the lead singer from Poison, but no. Met- met-
Because I'm
Metal
thinking,
band, metal.
and I'm just gonna tell you because you're the DM, obviously. But I have a spell that I want to cast someday, but it does require me to have a gilded flower. So I am going to gingerly cut one of these flowers with the intent to have it gilded someday.
Do you have proficiency in medicine and nature?
I have neither of those proficiencies.
Okay. So clip away.
Okay. Do you want me to roll something?
No.
Okay.
Just
All
add
right,
these hallucinogenic plants to your character sheet.
Cool. Okay. Just one.
And
Just
then
one flower.
un-ID them for yourself, so because you don't know. However.
Okay. I just put a hallucinogenic flower.
And I might have got, like, which one's which. There's 4 of those little gardens around, so I might have got, where the writing is for the right one and the right, because they didn't put 4 encounters, they put 1 and did 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces,
I'll show
So this is
Clar the flower I cut. Pretty.
5.
Eat.
No, don't eat it. I need
Southeast
it for a
garden.
spell.
But
I need
Paige,
it for a spell.
Paige.
Mine.
And he will stomp his claw foot and will huff away.
There's a whole bunch more down there. Go get one.
That one.
Mine.
Mine. As he will mimic you.
Juku will suggest that you try smoking it rather than eating it.
No, don't eat it. Don't smoke it. I need it for a spell.
No, pick
Both?
your own.
Both?
Oh yeah. You can go cut your own.
But that one.
No, this one is mine. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Mine.
Paige, give him the flower. I'll go get you another one.
Okay, I give Clara the flower like a 2-year-old.
I'm gonna go clip another one. Try to clip the same kind of flower she did.
Oh, thanks.
Medley, are you trained in medicine and nature?
No, only in
Okay.
nature.
So clip away. Clip away.
I mean,
He's passing around deadly flowers. Thank you, Smedley.
I want to roll that one.
All right.
Yeah, so when Paige gives Clar the flower, he eats it.
Hey, and Gorgio, this is the heavier shirt, the more expensive one, and it's super thick, heavy. And the size is pretty good. I mean,
Yes,
I
it
like
is.
the size. Yeah.
It is
The other
thick.
one I haven't bought yet. And if you're gonna wait, if you want to wait, I've got some coming. They're actually being shipped out right now, and I can check the size of the other one.
Did you ever get your mug?
I did.
Okay.
I got my mug finally.
I was going to say, because last time.
Everybody else got a mug before I did.
Okay, thank you.
Merchandise.
Merchandise.
That may or may not be right, that link. I don't know. Stream Elements, Stream Labs, Stream
Let's
Broken
find out.
My Face. Juku, you're over there looking at these this building. It looks pretty much intact over there.
Looks good. Did Clara get sick from eating the flower?
Yeah,
Clark,
what happened with that?
Oh, Clar ate. I didn't hear that part. Sorry.
Yeah, so that's what the intelligence check was for, and he's being a 2-year-old and throwing a fit, so he eats the flower.
Let's see. A creature that eats a flower becomes poisoned. And while poisoned in this way, the creature is also charmed by every other creature in Nangalore.
Nice.
Great.
Not counting your friends.
Nice.
And you can repeat the saving throw at the end of each hour.
Okay.
If the saving throw fails by 5 or more, the creature falls unconscious and remains so until it takes damage or succeeds on a saving throw. So
do I need to make a saving throw first?
To see. No, since you ate the plant, I think you failed your saving throw. I mean,
just taking damage automatically trigger a saving
if
throw?
you just spend 1 minute or longer around the plant, then you have to roll the saving throw, and you ate it. So I think.
Oh, I'm carrying one around.
Yeah, I know. It hasn't been a minute yet. I'm gonna have you roll another Constitution
Does it
saving
taste
throw.
good? How does it taste?
How are you carrying it around though? Like, did you like fold it in a book and put it in your backpack?
I have a little pouch attached to my belt, and I like gently put it in there.
Yeah, I think you succeeded already on your save down there. That you know doesn't affect you so much. But I think Jangalang's character Smedley should have to roll that Constitution saving throw since he went down there and
All
kicked
right.
some
Fair enough.
and
Here we go.
handled them. It's a 10. It's only a 10. A 6.
Oh,
All right,
Smedley's not
so
very
you also
constitutional.
have become poisoned, and every other creature is you are charmed by in Anglor. So we're gonna find some creatures here in a little bit. So
Wow, good Nyborg, man.
well, yeah. Does it actually give a description?
I just figure we're really high. I
Yeah,
can't feel my skull.
it's hallucinogenic. Yes, definitely. It doesn't actually give like any specific details on. We're in the spirit world,
Colors.
man.
Look at the
Spirit.
colors.
Oh, look at the pretty squirrel. He wants me to feed him some. What's the does that thing have some reach? Oh, yeah, hallucinogens. They actually made a token and an NPC to put in the combat tracker for the hallucinogens. Nice. What's this?
So
man
we're heading
trap?
toward this middle building, right, guys? Don't we want to go this way?
Well, it appears that they follow a pattern, and the stairs that Paige is at, they're going to go down into another flower garden. Does it have the same kind of flowers?
Well, first off, we're gonna do one of these things. Because, second off, when creatures get within 30 feet of the man trap, which I think you guys just did, didn't you?
Yep, looks like it.
Yep.
A beast must succeed. A beast or humanoid in the area must succeed on a DC 11 Wisdom saving throw. Oh, look at you guys!
Success.
Shit, sorry, he would have been following.
What's that?
I said Claw would have been following. I'm sorry. I was doing something.
We'll put Clar like over here.
That works.
He can roll that saving throw too.
Okay. Or is it a wisdom?
Yeah, wisdom. I guess I could have pushed it to you. Yeah, so you guys, the DC was 11, so you guys succeeded. So like, you guys like smell something strong, like honeysuckle. You know, and your mouth waters a little bit, and then you feel like you're attracted towards this smell, but you kind of shake it off. You're like, no, what was that? You know.
That's bait. We should probably go back.
Here, I'll unlock your token. Oops, not that. This button. There he goes.
Yeah, I'll step back.
Yeah, something doesn't smell right. Something smells a little honeysuckly. Honeysuckly. So there are steps over here with doors to go, with doors on the big building, and there is doors over here on this smaller building.
Do
The
we
big
want
building
to?
has like you can see that there's holes in the roof and their bricks are missing and. You can see the traces of gold colored plaster still cling to the dome in a few spots, but everywhere else you see old weather bricks. More than a few have fallen through. The larger than life size elephant carvings and the graceful towering spire are still magnificent sights, even if their glory is dimmed by time and decay.
Did y'all see where Joku and Clar went?
Dooku, Clar.
They're hiding behind bushes.
There he
Joku, give
is.
me
All right, so I'm
a
going to step
wisdom
up and
saving throw as you go over there and look down those stairs.
Okay.
What was it, a wisdom saving throw? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look, an 11. You made it. So you get that same honeysuckle kind of taste in your mouth. That was kind of trap. That's what they were talking about. A trap. Let me see what these doors are. Iron doors on the eastern side of the dome are rusted shut and have to be forced open.
I'll force them open.
Give us a DC strength athletics check.
Can I help him?
DC what?
Well, I didn't tell you the DC. But a 20 is enough. Also, you need to give me a dexterity saving throw. As when you go smash and you bust open the rusted doors and the door kind of opens and you like lean in a little, part of the ceiling collapses on you and falls on you. As the impact causes a portion of the ceiling to collapse, whoever forced the doors open must make a dexterity 15 dexterity saving throw, or take 2d8 bludgeoning damage. So I'm just gonna 7 points if you don't mind just giving yourself those. Clunk clunk. A couple of bricks hit you in the side of the head, but you do get the doors open, and inside of this you see. And with that, I'm going to turn off the. Let's turn off the line of sight. Does that help you guys kind of understand? Mainly doing it for chat participation too. It's an 18-foot tall stone statue of a Chultan warrior. That's this big guy here. He's wearing a splint mail. He's got a helmet on that's festooned with a Tyrannosaurus teeth. And he's also bearing a shield of an intricately patterned leopard hide. And this thing towers over the chamber and looms above a wide octagonal cistern. So the cistern there. The chamber echoes with the sound of rainwater dripping from the ceiling into the gaping pit. The face of the giant warrior statue is obliterated by deep gouges, but the rest of the statue remains intact. Clutched in the statue's right hand. What the hey? Nice. Thank you for purchasing a t-shirt. If I don't have the sounds play because I have to turn on my entire sounds to make them play on the stream, but the sound that plays is hallelujah when somebody buys something.
Nice. Need a Clyde shirt.
The face of the giant warrior statue has the gouges, like his whole face has been torn off. Clutching the statue's right hand is a stone spear, and resting on the floor beneath it is a clay urn. North of the statue is an open balcony overlooking a flooded garden. Yeah, so over here there's an open balcony here, and you can see outside that there's a garden or something. I mean, you can't quite make it out from peeking in the door there, I suppose. Standing on one side of the giant warrior is another statue, this one much smaller. Exquisitely lifelike, it depicts a man reaching for the urn. His face turned toward the balcony. In his lifeless eyes, you see terror. And then over on this side, over here, you see stone steps ascend along the curved wall to the level of a second floor, but that floor is almost entirely collapsed. And you can make out some kind of scratching or words, maybe, up,
Ooh.
up, up, up top here, you know, in the distance. And then, you know, it's like sprinkling rain every now and then, and the water from the dome ceiling is dripping down into the cistern, and that's where you think the
So I
water is
cough
coming
and
from. Doesn't
watch that last step, everybody. But we found our Medusa statue, so you guys may want to be careful before you as you go wandering through there. Grab your mirrors if you've got them.
Claw
I'm
pulls out his magnifying glass.
gonna have my mirror.
all right. Let's take a break. How's that sound, guys? Let's go get a refreshment. Let's go pee pee. Then we come back. I'm gonna see if I can add you guys to the garden. Is that cool? All right, stream. What's up, Caesar? You just taking? We're taking a break. We're just going on break. I'm getting ready to start break. I'm gonna set a timer for 21:43 and get that rolling. And then I'm gonna put the slideshow on and some music for you guys. I'm gonna stop Sirenscape though. We don't need to hear birds while we're on break. No birds. All right. There is the slideshow, and here comes some music. Some music. So, all right, we'll be back in a little bit. Absolutely,
my
you should get Marbania to do a hold my beer moment tomorrow. I think that's a good idea.
and jump off my roof into my pool.
I don't know if you should have him do that, but a
Oh,
couple
that's
of
gonna
hold
be
my
fun.
beer moments is fine, but jumping off for that's a hold my beer moment because I'm a dumbass move right there. I want to spend a few nights at the hospital.
I'm 35 years old and I'm doing what I want. Hold my beer.
Yeah, I broke my ankle hopping over a wall and landed on a roll of carpet on the other side. Rolled my ankle like 90 degrees sideways. Ouch.
I pulled my back out picking up a can, so you know.
Well,
It happens.
you're also 50.
Picking up a soda can. Ouch. All right, so we're all back. Everybody that counts is back.
Everyone that counts is back.
Not a very pleasant break for me, but
Uh-oh.
I deal with
Uh oh.
You
Huh?
had to go what? You're breaking up.
a dead mouse.
Oh no!
Ew.
I hate mice so much.
That's why you get a cat.
Yep.
We have a bearded dragon instead, but she doesn't eat.
Oh,
Um,
I love bearded
I think
dragons.
I would prefer the mouse dead than alive, though. So there is that. Like a mouse that run
I
across
don't
your
know.
keyboard while you're gaming. Yeah.
Oh god.
Like actually typed letters on your keyboard. Scare the shit out of you.
Not a
All
fan.
right, so you guys busted the door down. Part of the ceiling fell and knocked uh, uh, that guy in the head, Elazar. And this is like 20 foot deep. This pit thing is, and there's water in the bottom of it. Like doesn't look very deep. The water. And when you look down there, the water kind of is swirling, as you see, like maybe a long slithering type of creature might come up to the surface every now and then, like a snake. Uh, Juku, when you get around to the back of that big old statue,
Mm-hmm.
you can see up on its back, like, you know, up high, uh, something been scrawled, some words in Old Umuan.
Translator.
How long's your spell last? An hour?
Yes, 1
Comprehend?
hour. And
Yes.
I'm running around asking people if anybody has any oil, so we can expedite that. Does anybody have any oil?
Oh yeah.
Oil.
I'm looking. I don't see any.
Actually I do.
Ooh, can I have some oil, Clar, please?
And he'll say, okay, and then like we'll take off his bag of holding, we'll start digging in and looking around, and we'll pull out a big ass flask of oil and give it to Paige.
Okay. Paige
I'll
would
put it
like
in
to
front of
light
you.
her lantern of revealing, just in case. But that's what it does. It burns for 6 hours on a pint of oil. And I should be able to see invisible creatures and objects while it's lit within 30 feet of me.
There's some writing up here on the second story if you
Nice.
want
I
to
know.
check it
I'm
out.
coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. So yeah, with my lantern out, I will join
Well, hold up. Before
Eleazar.
you go all the way over there, there's some writing right here
Oh, right there. Okay,
on the
I'll read
back
that one
of
first.
the deal. I'm still looking for it though. I read it earlier.
Somebody stabbed him in the back.
Ceiling.
On the back of this giant statue, you said?
Yeah. Yeah, the statue. Oh, the gouged across its back and Old Omuan are the words "Forgive me."
Forgive me. Okay.
And then I'm assuming you're coming this way.
Yes.
So when you get to here,
Oh, okay.
there's scratched into the floor next to this statue of a human, like a Chultan human in Old Omuan. It says, "Once a thief, forever a slave."
Okie dokie.
Somebody's carrying a grudge.
All right, then you can come around this way, and you see there's writing like up high, upstairs. All right, well, let's send the biggest, heaviest guy up there first, Juku. Before Paige starts up the stairs, Juku goes up, and let me see, where are these stairs at? They're crumbly, and there's some kind of save. The character who climbs the steps must make a successful dexterity acrobatics check to move without jarring the flooring. Otherwise, the steps collapse and the character takes damage. Hey, pretty nice.
The
So,
dexterous.
so yeah, the stairs like crumble and crack as Juku starts up them. But he's gingerly kind of like, and gets up to the top. You can feel it's very unstable, Juku. It's like kind of leans and wobbles as you get up here.
Can I see anything?
Yeah,
Yes.
there's some words scrawled onto the dome up on the dome, and they're in Old Omuan.
Okay, that doesn't help me because I can't read it. I will gingerly go back down.
All right, give me that athletics check again, or acrobatics. Which, what did I say it was? Did I say?
You never said a DC.
DC dexterity 10, so you're okay. You do a good job. You do a good job. You don't fall. Paige, you're gonna go up. Give me that dexterity check. Let's see how good you are.
Sorry,
Acrobatics.
I'm being attacked by my cat. Acrobatics.
Only a 10, so not that hard. Ugh. Poor Paige. So you're gonna take 6 points of damage as you fall to the ground, and now there are no steps.
How high up is the floor?
15 feet? Yeah, 15 feet.
All right, hold
And
on.
I
She
can't
able to
see
read
the
it from where?
words from where I am.
Yeah. When you started to get close to the top of the stairs, you made out true love, faithful, and the stairs fell down, and you can't make it out from down below.
Okay.
Smedley will reach into his robe of useful items and produce a 24-foot ladder.
Awesome. And he goes, "Here you go, my lady." Leads it up against the.
It was
So-
going to be the banana hammock of useful items.
It was a banana hammock.
So he
they,
pulls a 24-foot ladder out of his banana hammock.
Nice. What?
I
I'm
love
clicking.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Why isn't this working?
I'll look at Smedley. You're gonna hold the bottom of this, right? So I don't fall.
I will keep it braced.
Okay, awesome. I will climb the banana hammock ladder.
So it says, "True love, faithful general, safe will you rest in Nangalore eternal. None will disturb you while I live. Such is my vow of penance, and for my sins I cannot die."
So I wonder if there's some kind of magical protector of this place, of this person.
Well, you guys know that this guy looks like he's kind of, you know, Chultanish warrior kind of figure. Maybe general. So
Okay.
this guy doesn't look so much like a general. Oh, and these doors over here have rotten and fallen off their hinges long ago. On the west side. You guys came up the east side, so you had to bash the door down. George Jefferson don't have none of that.
I mean,
Does
we just
anybody
need
want to
to
carry that ladder? If
find
not,
one.
we're leaving it here.
24-foot ladder.
I
Can we
can't
Can't
put
put
it
it
back.
back?
I can't
Can we
put it back.
can we cut it in half and put it in the bag of holding?
We could make two 12-foot ladders out of it. Absolutely.
Yes. We could start from a bag of holding.
All right, I'm
I
going to put
mean,
it in
but
the
will it
party
fit?
treasure. I'm
I
going
know
to
the
put it
bag
in the
of
party
holding has like
inventory if somebody wants to do what they will
I mean,
with it.
technically, why wouldn't it fit in the bag of holding as a 20-foot
because
ladder?
And,
But
and
the
it says
opening.
I couldn't find 24-foot ladder. It says 10 foot, but it's 24 foot.
I think it's a 5-foot opening, isn't it?
No,
no, it's
no,
a
no,
Two
no,
feet.
no,
it's a
no.
it's a bag, so you know the opening's probably like
2 feet.
Like that
Oh,
big.
ladder. Yeah, you could shove it in.
Yeah, they give very specific dimensions for the opening of the bag of holding so that you know whether something can be put in it or not.
Is it in the description of the bag of holding? I don't think
Yes.
so. Really?
Yes. Just 2 foot wide bag
I
holder.
can't access it because it's in the.
I can't imagine a ladder being more than 2 feet wide.
Right?
I
That's
wouldn't
like
either.
it's like that. Now,
But it's only 4 feet deep.
there's the problem.
So we can make 6 4-foot ladders.
Yes.
Baby, what's good as a 4-foot ladder? It's like a step stool.
You can reach the top shelf in the cabinets.
True.
Clawler is short. Damn it.
No, we
Yeah.
don't need it. I say we just leave it.
Anyways, I'm fine with just leaving it behind.
We
It's
can buy an expanding ladder.
it was handy when we needed it.
Yeah. The
So
banana hammock
Eleazar,
has come in handy.
So,
Yeah,
you can
because
go
the
look at the urn.
15 athletics check was not going to happen.
so Clawler will look at the ladder and say, "Thank you for your sacrifice," and walk away.
Thank you for your sacrifice. Rock.
We're going to go look at the urn.
The urn that's between his legs right here. I think is how it's described, or is it next to him?
It should be the big giant star next to him.
No, that's the
No, that's the
statue.
statue of the dude.
The lifelike statue.
There's an urn in his crotch.
Here let's
On the floor.
take a
Oh, on the floor. Okay, it's just the arrows pointing.
on the floor beneath it is a clay urn. So I would say it's like right under this hand, right, in that square. This is where the urn is at. And standing to one side of the giant warrior is another statue. This one much smaller, exquisitely lifelike. It depicts a man reaching for the urn, his face turned towards the balcony. In his lifeless eyes, you see terror. And you want to do you want to go check out the urn? Okay, cool. What do you want to do to the
I have
urn?
my mirror out, and I'm not looking out with the balcony. I'm using the mirror to look out over the balcony. I just look in the mirror in the urn.
So you're gonna like open the urn.
I'm just looking at it, seeing
Oh,
what it
you
is. If
just
it's sealed, if there's
oh
magic runes around it. I want to look at see what it is.
um. It's about a I don't know, a 1.5 foot tall urn. It's pretty big. It's about, 12 inches in diameter, and it's kind of nicely carved urn that's got, elephants and stuff carved on it, and it's sitting there. It doesn't, there's like dust and cobwebs kind of hanging off of it, and you know debris built up around it, and there is a lid that rests on the top of it. You can tell there's a looks like a stone lid. The whole thing looks like it's made out of stone. And you see this Chultan guy. He's got like a quiver on his back, a bow, and he's stretched out, kind of reaching right towards the urn, but he's looking at this balcony over here.
All right. This urn here is unopened, guys. If anybody wants to try to open it,
I'll open it.
or you can go smash it and see what's inside.
Unless somebody else wants to, but I don't mind being tribute.
No.
Paige, while you're out there on the balcony, you can see that the water in the pool is unusually clear. A dozen or more large fish, turtles, and lizards swim lazily through it, and water birds paddle on the surface. Their ripples obscure something on the bottom of the pool, so you can't
Hey,
quite
Juku.
make it out. But the bottom appears blanketed in oddly shaped stones. Bits of shattered stone rest atop a square dais that rises from the middle of the pool. So that's this one here. Evidence of a sculpture that once stood atop of it. Part of the sculpture lies in the pool west of the dais. A large stone face staring up at the sky. So, the face.
Juku, did you see the turtles?
I did. I
So
wonder if
cute.
that's mine.
Can you talk to them? I don't know if turtles get like turtle speak or something.
These turtles are too dumb to speak, so they only understand fish.
Fair enough. Did anybody not want to open the urn? What's in the urn?
I think we're going to have to, but
Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna open it.
With a 10-foot pole.
do we
So
need a
she-
10-foot pole?
Fine.
So she gets next
we
to the
can
statue that's
break off.
reaching for the urn.
It's fine.
And,
I open it.
Ladders.
She takes the lid off of this urn, and it's full of ashes.
Oh, cool. I put the lid back on.
It rattles as you put the stone lid back on it. A
I'm
couple of
not digging in
cobwebs
somebody's
are
ashes.
have uncovered it a little bit more. It does feel loose, like it's not attached to the floor or anything. So you could pick it up if you wanted to.
Nope.
Put it
That
in the bag of
seems
holding.
Awfully
There's something
disrespectful.
underneath the ashes.
But well,
Dig around in there
it's
with a
somebody's
stick.
dead, burnt ashes. If you want to
Shit.
dig in it, you dig in it.
This is
I'm
a
not
statue. It was
doing it.
probably just used for ritual burning, sacrifices.
No,
It's
it's
just regular wood.
okay. I open the urn again and smell the ashes. Does it
Smells
smell like
Smells like
dead body ashes or like wood burnt ashes? There's definitely 100% a different scent.
Just describe to me briefly how Paige would know what dead body ashes smell like.
Because everybody knows what dead body ashes smell
Yeah?
like. We've all seen somebody get burnt in our lives. It's medieval fantasy land.
I mean, she doesn't even have Fireball. How would she know these things? How would she know these
Because fireball is a terrible spell.
things?
Shit.
Unless
Yeah,
you're an
no, that's
invocation
definitely
wizard,
not
which
a
I'm not.
definitely not a wood burnt smell. That's for sure.
Okay,
There's no
it's- yeah, it's
you're like
somebody's dead
fleshy
body.
kind of bacony, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I
Ugh.
close it back up.
Smells like chicken.
I'm not digging through the ashes of some poor
But
soul.
old, musty, been there for a long time.
Yeah, it seems, like borderline sacrilegious. Like, I wouldn't do that. Paige would not do that. But none of us got petrified, so there's a
Yeah.
bright side.
Joku, did you want to check out what's in that water?
Yeah, I kind of do.
What I mean, what's he gonna do? Like a backflip off the balcony into the pool? It doesn't look very deep. Let's see, how deep did it say it looks? 2 foot.
I can climb
It says
down.
perfectly clear water, so how can we not tell what it is if it's not very deep?
So the ripples obscure something.
The Yeah, the ripples obscure the. It looks like a stone floor is what it's obscuring, but you can't quite make out what the stones are made. You know what they look like because of the rippling water.
All
I think
right,
if you
it's
got down in the water, you could tell, or next to it. But you guys are kind of up, kind of high, you know.
it's probably snakes, but I'm gonna climb down.
It's well, no, you see turtles and stuff swimming around. There's water
I'll
birds
bring
and
the ladder
paddles
over
and.
for him.
Matter of fact,
Invis-
what's your passive perception out there while you're climbing around?
I got a high passive perception. 15.
Oh, I think that's high enough. Let me see something. These guys over here.
Piranhas.
No, you see, what looks like a big stork. Like one of these things over. Oops. Looks like a big stork. Did that share with you?
Yep.
Like, kind of, like over here, like behind these bushes, kind of poking his head up and, looking in your direction. It's like 8 feet tall, stork-looking thing. It's big.
Clar, I found your brother.
Caca.
But in the water, there's, turtles, lizards, they swim through. What are you gonna like hang and drop down into the water down there?
I'm gonna go get
We'll
the ladder for him.
ladder over that we yanked out
There you
of
go.
banana ham.
There you
We
go.
do have a ladder.
So you can easily climb down in the piranha-infested waters, no problem.
Yeah.
Well,
No, wait. Yes, spirit guardians first, and then they'll all be dead.
The stone, the pool's like 2 foot deep.
the
The
ladder
water
would
is.
stretch all the way over to the base of the statue.
Yeah. The water's like 2 foot deep, but there's like a layer of stones in the bottom that is another 2 foot deep. And Juku, you like reach down and pick up one of the stones and pulls it out. You pull it out of the water, and it's a exact replica of a fish that's stone. And then you find another one that's a turtle, and then another one that's another fish, and then 2 foot deep of this. It covers the entire pool.
Okay.
Now that you're down here and you look, you can see the whole pool. The bottom of the pool is covered in,
Petrified
exact
critters.
replicas of the fish and stuff that are swimming, made out of stone. They weigh like a pound.
Well, whatever petrified them is obviously not around anymore.
That's what I'm thinking. There's still a whole bunch alive now that haven't been. So I'm thinking that maybe it died
Yes.
or it's hiding in this building over here.
Or it's left this place for some other location, some other layer.
Maybe the spiders down here ate it.
Ooh.
Or the
was there
gators.
spiders?
Well, we still have gardens to search for that flower.
Yeah, we came here for a flower. That's all we need.
All right. Do we want to go into this building, or do you just want to check out each of the 4 gardens?
Yeah, I mean, I read a story once. Granted, it was a fairy tale, but they did keep a flower in a glass vase in this fairy tale I read. So it
Did
might
it
be in the
lose petals?
buildings.
Did it lose petals?
Yeah, it did. It was a good story. Anywho, I mean, if we
Might be
can't
in with
find the
them
flower in the
crates.
gardens,
Those crates and stuff. Yeah. Everybody keeps looking over there going, yeah. Yeah.
Maybe in there, and we'll point at the urn.
not in the urn. Gross. Juku, do you want us to go around the other way? I'll
Juku,
call out to you before you swim away.
as you like start across the, wading through all these, stone fish and stuff,
Mhm.
you
I'll hop
you
some
see
stone.
that crane looking guy, and
Mhm.
and you see another one, and there you think there might be more, kind of hiding and watching and
Creeping.
creeping,
Okay.
yeah, creeping. Let's check this thing out. This single large chamber, I'm sorry, the outside, this bell-shaped dome appears intact. It has no obvious holes in the roof, and the bronze double doors hang squarely in its frame. The doors are closed. That's all you can tell. Brass doors.
Okay, pull them open.
The doors
I'm
are
opening
not
my side
locked.
as well.
So as you guys open this door, this single large chamber inside the dome is obviously a royal apartment, or was, centuries ago. Now the bright floral murals are dim and gray. Bits of colored glass are heaped beneath a cracked mosaic. Enameled wooden tables are split and tilting, and every bit of cloth is frayed and streaked. At the center of the room, a long divan stands atop a circular dais. Reclining on the, is it a divan? Divan?
Yeah, it's like a chair, like a chase.
Yeah. Reclining on the divan is a woman dressed in a flowering robe made from parrot feathers in stunning colors. Despite the heat, her arms, head, and face are covered in feathery veils. Next to her, a black orchid grows out of a large clay pot at the head of the divan. She addresses you in a voice tinged with odd inflections. Strangers have come to Nangalore, my love. What boon do our subjects beseech?
Hello. We would like a black orchid.
I'm using a mirror.
I like bow down too, like a respectful sort of I'm meeting royalty maybe kind of bow.
She says, "You are the one who disturbed my love's ashes."
I just looked at them. I didn't disturb them. I do sincerely apologize for any offense I may have caused.
Give me a persuasion check, please.
I'm not very good at that.
You are tonight. You are tonight. She says, "You have come to
Nice.
seek my beautiful flower?" This
Yes.
is this is something I hold very dear, and I would not possibly part with it unless you offer me something of equal beauty as payment. Perhaps a very nice piece of jewelry or an art object, or
I could cut all my hair off.
who's
I
the
don't have anything of value.
Oh,
yeah
one moment, milady. I might have something that will reach into my banana hammock and pull out a handful of gems.
she
10
says
gems worth 100 gold pieces each. Perhaps this is to your liking, milady.
she
And
says
so are the
the
gems.
the minor gems are beautiful, and if they were set in a beautiful art object or a necklace, I might consider it, but having a handful of gems is not very artful, not very pretty. However, this is something that's very attractive. She looks this direction at Juku. She says, I would trade him for the flower.
Okay.
No, no,
Seems fair.
Caca.
A slave.
That's one purpose, one-minded purpose.
no.
A
My
slave for the flower seems fair, don't you think, my love? And she seems to be talking to somebody in the room that you guys don't see. And
She has her lantern of
torch is
revealing.
I do
and
have my
her
lantern.
torch is flickering away, and you only she would know if there was something hidden in this room, not the rest of the characters. And Robin,
Yes.
there's not. There's not. So I'm just saying. But your
Okay,
character would
okay.
not. Unless you
I
told them, of
understand.
course.
I wanna try to sell her. I'm gonna try something. So I'll take like a step forward and I'll turn to my side and I'll pull like all of my hair, right? In Genasi culture, our hair is like really valuable. So I would use it as a bargaining chip in this instance. So I will tell her that I am descended from a great fire jinn and that cutting off all of my hair so she could use it to make something beautiful from would be more valuable than anything we have on our person. And I will willingly cut off all of it to give to her. And I'll kind of like display it to her. It's beautiful. It's, shimmering red and orange and
And she says, my dear, I do agree that your hair is very beautiful and would make a astonishing art object or something that I could stare at for a long, long time. But I currently have this black orchid that is already as beautiful as it can be. I would have to assemble your hair, make it into something beautiful. Hmm, I don't know if I could do away with the orchid for that long. What do you think, dear? No, no deal.
well, thank you very much for your time. And I'll bow and like step away. I think we might need to like gather the party together and talk. That's out of character, but I'll
I,
step back.
I should offer her one of my daggers, one of the pink daggers.
Oh, I don't think that'd be a good idea.
Juko,
No.
Juko,
What?
come over here.
I still would like that. And she points at Juku.
She's gonna
A
Clara
fair
shrugs.
trade. It's a fair trade. My love especially likes turtles.
they're gonna eat you.
They can
No,
try.
I think they're going to turn him into a statue.
Only if I
What?
look.
You never had turtle soup? Sorry. I can't speak for you, Juku, so I
No,
assume you don't want to be traded.
well, no, I don't want to be traded. I'm more inclined to uh, deceive her, take the offer, and then attack her.
We don't know how strong she is, so
I don't know that she's going to let us leave without attacking us anyway. And she's the only one that has this black orchid.
I used the strongest bargaining chip I have, so I'm out. I don't know what else.
I have nothing else. Clar might have a right idea. Tell her if she doesn't give us the orchid, we're gonna smash the urn with her beloved's ashes in it.
Oh, I wasn't like going to try to attack her. I was like literally going to offer her a dagger, like to give to her.
No, I meant where Clar said in the chat, break urn. It's like,
Oh,
maybe if we threaten that, get what we want.
Mm.
I think we could probably overcome her, but I don't think we're all going to survive it, to be honest.
I'm with you guys either way, but I don't think fighting somebody just because they have something we want.
Yeah, that's not necessarily something. We need to find a way to convince her to give it to us, and
so
I don't have anything else.
caller will pull
Oh,
a.
I have a tiara that works like an immovable rod.
Oh,
Oh,
where was that?
really?
What the T Rex was eating me?
What?
Where was that when the T Rex was eating me?
What I tried to use it before, I think, but it didn't work
It
out.
was in her bag where it safely should be.
Right, yeah. So I'll walk back in and I'll hold the tiara out and then does this interest you, my lady? It is a lady, right?
It appears to be a woman, yes. Did that? Uh-oh.
Is her face hooded?
Yeah, she's in like feather veils. She's covered in. Didn't I not post that in there? Here you guys go. I know when somebody reads something as a descriptive text, it doesn't always sink in properly. So
I don't. I guess I didn't write down the description of the tiara.
Caller will pull out a potion of healing and hold it out.
she's like,
But yeah, I have a tiara that functions as an immovable rod, so I will offer that to her.
my dear, you have such of the loveliest items. I do admit. However, I would have to take off my crown to wear that. I am a queen, by the way.
Oh, Your Majesty. Is there something in particular you really have your heart set on? I might be able to agree to procure something for you. Possibly.
Well,
I am
I'm sure
an
something
adventurer.
made out of your beautiful hair would be a nice object. I just don't care to do it myself.
I understand.
Perhaps with some of those gems included.
Yes. Is
Okay.
anybody crafty?
No, not me.
Not me.
Here's a
But we could.
snowman. We have a snowman with a tiara on. Here you go. Got gem eyes and a iron rod
Don't.
nose.
Yeah.
Piton. You guys it would just be better off just ripping the veil off and start kicking her ass, because I'm just
Sucks
saying, as
though.
your
We have to
skills
do
are set up,
combat for everything. Okay, I'll step back out to everybody. So our options are to find an expert craftsman to make something out of my hair. Or I guess our next option, yeah, would be to fight her.
Kill.
How
Before
about we
she
just keep her
snaps
distracted
Juku.
long enough to get the orchid and run?
Ooh, yeah, Juku
We
could
don't have to fight her to the death.
be bait.
Uh,
Juku, come over here.
Do have a rope.
They're
I
like
might have
waving you
a.
over.
Go.
Juku's kind of showing off his shell a little. He likes the idea of someone liking his art.
Aw,
You like that maze? You try and solve it?
he's flexing.
You remember the I want a knife. What was that Eddie Murphy movie where he's with the Tibetan monks?
The golden child.
The Golden Child and the where he finds the girl, the lady in the basement, and she's in the veil and stuff. That's what this looks like. She's all in that veil, covered up. You can't really see her.
The three-quarter blood technique. Hit you so hard,
She's not.
three-quarter
She's
blood
not
drop
making
out of
that
your
noise
body.
though. She's not making that noise. She
If
says,
Juku joins us
"My love,
outside.
are you? Have you offered them something to eat? They are guests of Nagalore now. I guess I have to do it myself." And you hear her clap. And in steps a very tall-looking crane. Go get that image. A bird, 8 foot tall, kind of has to stoop its head, and it walks in, and holding on its wing is a big plate, big platter full of food. It comes in and sets the food on one of these
Just got
barrels over
real
here.
Disney up in here.
Say again?
It got real Disney up in here. We're being served food by animals.
Yeah, yeah. And you can see like another one out over here, kind of standing in the doorway watching. And it sets the food down, and then kind of steps out, looks at the queen, and she nods, and then it steps back out the door and kind of out of your line of sight. And she says, "Please, if you're hungry, uh, have some food. It's fresh from the garden."
Thank you, Your
Chicken.
Majesty.
Chicken.
I'll eat some.
Chicken.
I just about had it up to my mouth when she said from the garden. Then I'll smile and set it back down on the tray.
I still eat some.
Nice.
Has it been an hour since caller ate the flower?
I am
Uh,
trained in both.
I don't think so. I don't think it's been an hour.
I'm trained in both medicine and nature. Do I see anything odd about these fruits and flowers and whatever it is?
Are you really trained in medicine and nature? Where were you with the hallucinating plants?
I was waiting for them to go in the big building. That was the original plan.
I thought we were looking for a flower.
Give me a medicine check there, Eleazar. Um, can you have Paige roll a Constitution saving throw?
Time for me to die.
Ah.
Not today.
As As Elazar tells you to spit it out, it is poisonous.
I spit it out.
Well, you made your save. You may as well finish it.
It looks so yummy. What are we gonna do? Just like we haven't really
Wait a minute.
formulated a
I'm
plan
going to
yet.
say, well, I don't know what languages everybody speaks, but in Elven, I'm going to say
Oh, I speak that.
she has tried to poison us. I think that's enough for me. And I'm going to stand up and I'm going to knock the food plate and say, Madam, enough treachery. We are taking your orchid.
I'm gonna avert my eyes, step forward, and cast Spirit Guardians when I'm near her.
All right, well, before you guys can do any of that, we have to do this. Did I miss Paige's? Oh, she made that save. Let me see. Let me double check what the poison was.
Just grapple and restrained on me too.
Characters that eat or drink must make a DC Constitution 15 saving throw, be poisoned for 1 hour.
I saved.
Okay, so you made it. So no other effects. All right, she is there. And okay, that's pretty crappy. Let me I'm gonna pop these canoes out of here for now. Where's Azaka? Waiting with the canoes?
Good question, DM.
Kinda.
Where's Azaka, DM?
Well, if it was up to Azaka, she's at the canoes, like
Okay.
watching the canoes, not in
That
the
works.
not in the compound. Okay, good. Like checking the perimeter as you guys are exploring. All right, so Juku, you actually get to react first as she says, "Well, if that doesn't work, I suppose you came here to kill me anyways with your mirrors out." And her voice gets, louder, and you see that she's reaching up and starting to pull the veil off. Juku.
And as I am here, I'm kind of close enough to her. I'm going to avert my eyes so I'm not looking at her in her direction at all. And then I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians on myself. So let me go ahead and cast that. And the Spirit Guardians that I'm summoning look like little turtles, like Mario Kart turtles that whip around and smash into her every once in a while.
Do they make the same noise too? Boing, boing.
Are they all blue?
Actually, I'm going to step back and then cast it and then step back into her rough space so that she's entering into the turn on the first time on a turn. So she'll be affected this round.
Say again. Drop
I
that.
want her to.
I don't.
Yeah.
What does it say?
It says when the creature enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. So if I move into her space she's entered the area for the first time on a turn.
Well, on it, meaning its turn, not a turn. But
No, on its turn is a separate thing. It starts its turn in there, or it enters for the first time on any turn.
creature enters the area for the first time on a turn.
Or starts its turn there.
Right, but you're forcing that onto the creature. The creature hasn't entered the area. You've forced it onto the creature, so I don't think that's how that kind of works.
Alrighty.
So I wouldn't, she moves towards you and enters that area on any point in that turn, then yes, but you're forcing it onto her. I don't think it works that way.
Okay.
She would get it on her turn then if you forced it on her.
Yep. And that'll be my action, and then I'll pass my turn.
Elazar. So you you had like a piece of this food in your hand and you realized it's poisonous. You drop it down, knock the plate over. Who knocks the plate over?
Smedley. I hadn't
Smedley.
moved myself inside, but I probably would have been inside next page.
Yeah, I think he probably would have been right there.
That's fine.
All right, so is she still laying down?
Yeah, she's sat up, so she's not prone. And she's reaching up. It looks like she's gonna remove her veil.
All right, so knowing that these things are evil and she's already turned all these things to stone. He's going to set the mirror in front of Paige and then move up and attack. He has the alert feat. Which doesn't help me, but it helps me against her. And I am averting my eyes and not looking at her.
That's a hit. Morningstar, two-handed. Upside the head. She's like, ouch. So
All right, so
throws
I
her
move
hand
up,
up and blocks the second one.
and this ball on a chain comes smashing into her. And I try to swing it back around, but she's able to move out of the way because I'm not really looking at her. And then I'm going to use my double check, make sure I can do this. Take one additional action, yes. So I'm then going to use my action surge to dodge.
Okay, sounds pretty cool. Clar, you're down on the steps, and you see well, you see this
The dancing turtles.
coming towards you guys.
Huh?
This one is 30 feet up, up here on the edge of the building. Like up on the dome-ish kind of part. And, this one's kind of up in the air behind you. This one's up in a tree over here. And they're starting to head that way.
So Clar's going to run in. And do they look malicious?
They look like 8-foot tall cranes that are mad,
Pissed off.
like
Okay.
a goose. You know, pissed off like a goose.
Oh yeah. So Clover's gonna run in.
Except they have like really long, pointy beaks, like sharp-looking beaks. Clark goes,
He's gonna come running in and point back and say, "Mean chickens come to kill." He's going to step up there.
what's the saying that Kramer did with Kenny Rogers? Kenny Rogers.
I never watched Seinfeld.
What?
I
Like,
could
how?
not-
That's
I,
you have
I,
to.
I cannot stand Jerry Seinfeld.
Well, that's like me and Gilbert Godfrey, so I can't. I couldn't watch his stuff.
Like me and Will Ferrell.
To be fair, I watched the Soup Nazi episode. I thought that was kind of funny, but other than that, I cannot stand Jerry Seinfeld. And then he's going to stab her, and he is looking at her for now.
She doesn't have her. She hasn't pulled the veil off yet. She hasn't had an action. You guys jumped her.
All right.
I mean, I'm calling it an action to take the veil off, right?
No, but missed the first one.
Sounds
Yeah.
totally fair for the players. Not so fair for
Yeah.
Medusa. Ouch. She's like, ouch.
And then can you do that? Nope. And then he's going to like put his head down, and that's it.
Okay. Just fixing that up real quick. Awful outrage sneaker. I fixed it. Sneaker. Where's this guy at? Ah. So he is going to. This is the guy that was, that was serving the platter. He comes flapping in, walking and flapping, and gets in and stretches his wings out when he comes in the door and casts hypnotic pattern. Let's see. Twisting pattern of colors that weaves through the air inside a 30-foot cube within range. Well, he's just getting everybody in the room. Each creature in the area who sees the pattern must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration while charming the spell. All right.
Would that affect me since I'm looking at the ground?
It would affect you. However, since you were two people said they were averting their eyes. Who was that?
Juku was.
Yeah.
It
Eleazar.
doesn't count if you're using a mirror, though.
And I did look at the
So
ground.
the three of you that were averting your eyes, click on the advantage button when I do this.
The Medusa should be affected too.
She has a veil over her face currently. She cannot see, and you cannot see her face. So
She could still see.
Maybe she's not a
Not
Medusa.
really.
She was
It's the
pointing at
birds.
Juku, making all comments about how pretty he was.
She's in essence doing the same thing that you guys are doing and averting her eyes. So all of you, including her, are going to have advantage on this saving throw. Those that don't are going to have it regularly. So let me target
It's the bird
everybody and roll the save. Success, success. Page failed and Smedley failed. So you guys are incapacitated. And is there a table somewhere? A failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed by the spell, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0. Yikes!
How far? Can you put that Eblis in an actual square?
Yeah, he just came in enough to stretch his wings out.
Okay.
So like in the doorway kind of thing. And it's gonna kind of step back out. Make some kind of cawing noise. And let me untarget you two. And this one gonna fly down to here and step in. So this one definitely steps into your aura. And succeeds, so it takes half. 5 points of damage, lightly wounding it as it's gonna multi-attack on Juku, all mad-like. This long-ass beak, like, tries to peck open your shell like it was a conch or something. It misses you, like it hits the box next to you. Whoosh! It comes back around with a beak again, striking at Juku. And missing, bouncing off his armor. This one is going to come over this way.
He's within range.
He failed it too. Wait, what are you doing?
The one who just moved, unwashed, he entered within 15 feet of me.
Did you give him the save?
I did.
Oh, up there. Okay, I see it. It was weird because the... What happened? It looked like it did it automatically, and then you did it.
That was Zelcor's.
Yeah, Zelcor would have done it automatically when you gave it to her turn.
Damage. Okay, so it's all just kind of intermingled in there.
Yeah, because it was happening automatically for her, because I did it after you had already passed Unwashed's turn.
So her turn. Takes some damage. She's going to remove her veil on her turn as a free action. When a creature that can see Zulkar's eyes starts his turn within 30 feet of her, you're going to have to make a Constitution saving throw. If you're not incapacitated and can see the creature. So Paige and Smedley, you're immune to that currently because you're incapacitated. That's kind of nice. That's the only nice thing about being incapacitated, I guess. You can't get turned to stone.
What about the chickens?
The chickens are...
Or wouldn't she risk seeing herself?
Possibly. Possibly.
Oh yeah, they have to be able to do something.
Let's see. She has a short sword and a longbow. And she also has snake hair. Snake hair. Alright, so she pulls out her short sword. She's going to go at Elazar with a short sword attack. Which misses. Let's get 2 of those at Elazar. Disadvantage. Both blocked by his armor. And then the snake hair on Clar. Which is a hit. No. I need to roll that again. You dodged. You dodged. And that's all she can do. Other than like stand up, you know, getting off the chair. Paige.
Is incapacitated.
Wait, do you get a save or something?
No,
I doubt it.
not
Nope.
for hypnotic pattern.
It's a son of a bitch spell.
We have to be interrupted or something. Have to take damage.
Oh, was it hypnotic pattern that hit us?
Uh huh.
Yeah. Yeah, the spell ends for the affected creature if it takes any damage or if someone else uses an action to shake the creature out of its stupor.
Shake each other.
Nice.
We
Wanna
can't
shake
take
you.
actions.
Yeah, you can't take it. So, Flabby.
Oh, Smedley, you're incapacitated too?
Uh huh.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go see what's going on over here.
That's a lot of birds.
Yeah, this one's gonna come in and look
Pretty
around.
good with someone
Does
has
it come into the...
There, it hits my.
Yeah, it comes in, looks around, and all these little turtles. It ducks, it weaves, it tries to get out of the way, but still takes 6 points of damage.
Is it moving out or staying there?
It's staying.
Okay.
Because it's going to start its turn there, because it's mad now. It's trying to bite at the turtles. Sees you. Ooh! You see it go. Ooh! Look at that turtle! Rah! Starts heading your way. But it's out of movement. It's out of movement. Lets out a caw and you see another one like stick its head like in the doorway outside, like looking around. Mine! It says mine. Elazar. Like 8-foot crane comes in the door. Smell its
All right.
feathery.
Well, I don't know anything about this this spell and stuff, but I am going to move away from the bird and attack her again.
I don't think those things have reach, so I think you're good. 5 foot.
Why did he have disadvantage?
So I'm
Averting
averting
his
my
eyes.
eyes.
Oh, I knew that.
We're all
Nice.
averting our eyes. Everybody's
Alright, so
trying not to
second
look
one
at each other. They're like,
hits,
"Meow."
and first one hits, and then I'm able to follow up with a quick swing round, swing it lower, slam into her legs with this chain ball, and then
Ouch.
get back,
Ouch.
still looking
She
at the
doesn't,
ground.
she doesn't like it. She doesn't like it. She's making all kinds of I don't like noises. As this one's going to do some beacon on the bacon there in front of it. Turtle soup.
He
Oh,
should
wait.
have started his turn in my.
Yeah,
Should
well,
have been off.
did you not have it on him? No, maybe
I'm
not. Give him some lovin'. Give him some lovin'.
give him some spirit guardian love.
And he's trying to peck at the turtles, including the big one in the middle. He's pecking at it. Ooh, he pecked at it.
Becker.
That's not that hard. They don't peck that hard. Just a little bit, like a dagger. Kick. Yeah, I'm trying to get that concentration off of you. Let's see. Let's try it again. One more time. I missed. Clar.
Clawler's going to swipe at the lady. Same thing that Spin's doing.
Are you
Very
averting
nice.
your eyes? So
Yes.
you're giving yourself disadvantage?
Yes.
So you're not going to have sneak attack?
Correct.
Okay.
Oh. I dropped a 20. Oh. Oh, for shit damage.
5? That's not bad.
At
Oh,
least
the
they
second
don't
one
fail.
hits. He did more with your offhand.
I know, it's pretty sad. It was a shit!
That one failed, and it dies. Big pile of feathery chicken. Smells like turtle
Matt.
soup happening. Turtle soup's cooking over there.
That was a blue shell turtle.
And
Wow,
it died
I hate
on
those
its
turtles.
turn. Is that not confusing when it dies on its turn? You like how the initiative indicator's underneath the dead skull? That's
Yeah.
Smedley incapacitated.
Colors.
It's her turn. She makes her saving throw, but still takes 7 points of damage. And she says, "Come to me, my love, and protect me." As
We all
when
died.
she calls out to her lover, Third Terra answers the call, appearing as a barely visible 10-foot tall apparition of a Chultan warrior wielding a massive spear of force. So, here. There.
So within my area.
Yes.
Wait, it takes up 1 5-foot square?
Yeah, it's 10-foot tall apparition. I don't think it's a large creature, though. I think it's just tall. Let's see.
Huh.
Yeah, medium.
Interesting.
Medium. That doesn't happen, actually.
Oh, sorry. She summoned him into my spirit guardians.
Well,
Turtle Sky.
I was kind of thinking that there was, yeah, there wouldn't be an effect automatically applied. But the DM can do that if he knows how. What's the effect for immune to all damage?
Immune
Colon space all.
Does it take forever to search something now? I was just looking for it. Why don't you type that in chat for me? Let me find this guy. Effect. And
It
I don't
makes
drag
it
that.
draconic too.
Does it?
plus. Why isn't it? Can you not just drag it from chat? What the hell?
Oh, immune all is. I mean, I see it right now. It's
Huh.
in the effects button.
Is it in the effect? I typed it. Maybe I misspelled it. Immune.
There, I got
Oh,
you.
thank you.
That's set to just duration 1, so you're going to want to change the duration.
Yeah.
There. I don't know. How's that? Let's see. When she calls out. All right. So once per turn, this thing. If you damage her, this thing's going to attack you. So help me remember that. But it can only attack once per turn. But that's who it's going to attack. Because it's going to be 11 o'clock right now, and I think. Let's finish the round. Yeah. So she does her thing. Everybody's averting their eyes. And so she's going to multi-attack. She's going to use her short sword again on Elazar. Swiping at him. Bounces off a shield. And she tries to stick him, and he lunges, and she sinks her short sword into his bicep, doing 10 points of damage. And her hair, oops. To check something. Wow. Who has a mirror out?
Elazar.
I put it on a table in front of
Yeah.
Paige so she could use.
I wasn't able to grab it because I'm incapacitated. So it's on the table still.
Alright. And snake hair on Clark. Dodged. So this one's gonna step in over his fallen body and hold on, let me do some mapping here. It's kind of hard with a big creature and little doors, right? 25,
So it would have passed through
30.
my space.
Yeah, if it gets its save, give it some love.
No more incapacitated.
Nice, I forgot about that. So that knocked off the concentration. Thanks to Fantasy Grounds for applying that automatically, because the DM would have totally forgot. Totally forgot.
Yeah, that changes what I was going to do.
As this
So
one is beaking at Elazar. Beak. Ah! Sneaks up behind him and like beaks him right in the back of the neck. Almost blinding him. For 11 points of damage, maximum damage. Tries to beak him again. And misses. Was it taking damage outside, like there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's within range.
He's like, falls over dead. Juku.
All right. Juku is going to take a step to the left and still averting his eyes, he is going to cast Guiding Bolt on Zalcor. And the spell specifically doesn't require you to see the target. It just says creature of your choice within range. So I understand I would have disadvantage on that, right? So I'm going to burn my inspiration to cancel that out. So I'll have both advantage and disadvantage on that. And then I'm going to upcast Guiding Bolt on her.
All right, let me see something here.
That was a nice hit.
That's it. All right, when you attack her, the spirit unerringly hits the attacker with its spear. Unerringly hits the attacker with its spear. So it chucks a spear force at you. Why does it still show it's dead and Oh, it hasn't gotten a turn yet. But I took unconscious off of it. Oh, maybe because I don't give it no hit points. It needs hit points.
I don't know. I think that
it needs
number
no
looks
wounds. Yeah, it
in
doesn't
the
it?
S.
So unerringly does it
So just roll damage. Don't roll an attack roll.
Yeah, but oh, there it is. On Juku, almost as little damage as I could do, but
No!
Ah, son of a bitch.
taking away the Spirit Guardian
Okay.
and Paige.
Oh my god, finally. Okay. I'm going to cast Flaming Sphere. I will conjure it there, but then I'm going to use my bonus action to ram it into this top northmost bird here. I'll link it for you just in case you wanted to read it. So it has to make a dex save. As a bonus action, you can move it. If you ram the sphere into a creature, that creature must make the saving throw. Yeah, okay. So it fails.
Ooh, 9 points.
And then any creature that starts its turn will also have to save against the damage. Within 5 feet of it, though. So
So
I'll just shout to Eleazar, like, don't step that way towards my flaming sphere. I'm sure you can feel like the heat of it coming towards your direction. And then that will end my turn. I just gotta put concentration on myself real quick and mark off my spell slot.
all right, Flabby. I know where to go. Gonna come up here and look in. He's like, that's about all he can do is look in, like stick his head in. This one, however, has got some room, so he's gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And
Sorry, it's any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of it.
that ends its turn.
Yeah.
So this one's going to come in and stretch out its wings and cast Hypnotic Pattern. So that's only going to have to happen on everybody again.
Advantage again for not looking.
Can I
Yeah,
use my
for the-
reaction to counterspell it?
Nice.
It's not a spell though.
Hypnotic pattern is a spell.
It
But
is a spell.
it's not like the creature's casting a spell. It's an innate
Yeah,
spell
unless
casting.
Yeah, if it's an 8.
Spell
It's
innate.
a spell.
H blur hypnotic minor illusion. Can you counterspell an innate spell casting ability?
Yeah, as long
You
as it's like
must
the
be
name
able-
of a spell in the
Yeah.
player's handbook, then yeah, it can be
Yeah.
counterspell.
Well, it is
You must
third
be
level
able
or
to
lower,
perceive-
so clear all them targets because it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And that's the end of the round and the end of the session. As Elazar gets initiative in 2 weeks when we play again.
Before we end, can you give him the cheater in the chat thing?
Oh, and Gorgio
So,
got
I'll
a
forget.
potion of greater healing?
For Eleazar. I bought him one because I'm a cheater.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
He changed his name to Eleazar, averting eyes.
Nice.
And I don't know. Give yourself advantage. I don't know.
You just have to remember that one.
Well, that's it. That's it for a Friday night. Now we're all gonna go to the bar and get drunk. Is that what we're doing? Let's go. I didn't even
No,
finish
that's
my.
tomorrow.
I didn't even finish my drink. It's like up to here.
I
It
have
has
one
that does have booze in it. But we're
No,
we're
that's
good.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow night over on Rob's stream, I will be DMing Rime of the Frost Maiden. So I went from hot to cold. It's like sweet and sour, but different. At 9 o'clock over on Rob's channel, that's his stuff right there in chat. If you want to watch that, 9 o'clock, Rob's channel on Saturday. Sunday is All Things Fantasy Grounds talk show. That's going to be also over on Rob's channel, 9 o'clock Eastern. Where sometimes Robin, sometimes what's her name? She hasn't been there so long. I forgot her name. Fury Fate.
Fury
Yeah.
Fate?
Sometimes Fury Fate and guests and stuff, and we yak and we talk and we show off stuff and talk about stuff, and it's a bunch of nerd fantasy ground stuff. So that's at 9 o'clock on Sunday. On Tuesday, right here, 8 o'clock, Princes of the Apocalypse. A couple of these guys are playing. Yeah, Princes of the Apocalypse, like 27 sessions. They're like level 2. No, they're a little higher. And then Thursday, maybe some Deadlands over on Marbania's channel, I think. But back here on Friday will be Matakuri DMing Empire of the Ghouls, a Midgard campaign setting, which it goes over well on YouTube. It's the best viewed YouTube is that for some reason.
So good. This is so good.
Because it's
I
a
guess-
good soap opera.
Yeah, I guess everybody's seen Princes of the Apocalypse 800 times, but how many times have you watched the Midgard one? So
Not too many.
not too many. I appreciate all. Look at all these people out in chat. Look at them all hanging out. They're all lurkers. A bunch of lurkers out there. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on a Friday night. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna go enjoy the rest of our evening. But I wish you guys a great and wonderful weekend. We'll talk to you guys later. Say good night to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
We'll see you around Nerdville. Yeah, Twitchland. What's up, lurkers? Caesar. See you guys.